Did you know it's an absolute dream of mine to visit Disney World? My brother has been, he's been to the one in France, and Brandon's been to the one in America, but I have not been. Mainly because I don't have a passport. So this begs the question, will I ever get to experience this magical place? I hope so, somewhere in the future. I am an actor in training, so I suppose I could find a way to play one of the characters. Mickey, Goofy, Donald, Woody, Jessie, Buzz, Stitch, Belle? I'd be very surprised. So I guess I'll just have to settle for the next best thing for now. Help me. Disneyland Adventures is a 2011 open-world game developed by Microsoft Studios and was originally designed for Kinect back when the product was in its early life before being something that got discontinued as a whole in 2017. The Kinect was hugely popular and had sold 35 million units as of October 25th, 2017, and I owned one of these back when I got my Xbox 360 for Christmas back in 2010, a month after the product was released. I got Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows alongside it, and it was a decent attempt at getting Kinect off the ground by allowing you to control Harry through Kinect. Sure, there was some issues, but at the time I genuinely did not let those issues stop me from having fun. I'd never played Disneyland Adventures when it was released for the Kinect, as I was a silly little teenager who couldn't save his money at all, so sadly by the time I started working and earning money, the ship had totally sailed on this one for me. But a mere 6 days after the discontinuation of the Kinect, Disneyland Adventures was re-released as a non-Kinect game and received a Microsoft Store release intended as a regular game, and for me this was effectively a brand new game. Crept up on my radar. I didn't play it until this week though. I got some free time and decided to check it out. And this is a weird experience. The game looks really good from a design perspective. As I said earlier, I've never been to Disney World, but from what I can see in this game, beat for beat, it looks identical to Orlando's design and layout, which is impressive for a game that at the time of release was essentially a tech demo for Kinect, and was so small and yet so big. And that's it. That's all I have to say about this game that I liked. Expected this to go differently, didn't you? I may be a slut for Disney, but even I know a stinker when I see one. Okay, I was a little bit harsh there. It's not all that bad. In reality, this is clearly a game that's aimed at a younger audience.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock!
I explored the entirety of Disneyland and met a bunch of characters from various IPs, such as Alice, Mad Hatter, Woody, Jessie, Buzz, Stitch, the LGMs, Captain Hook, and a questionably racist Peter Pan. Also, I just have to say, what in the hell has happened to Pinocchio during his time here? Who hurt you? Was it Geppetto? I'll teach you a lesson in woodwork, Tom Hanks. Anyway, back to this. We go see Woody as he's looking for a new deputy, as it's my mission to help him, because apparently all the other kids can't be fucking bothered. We have to go see Jessie for this mission, so we travel all the way to see her and feel immediately seen by her. She's convinced that Kelsey Grammer is causing trouble, so it's up to us to stop him. And by stop him, I mean run around looking for horseshoes that is essentially an eyesight of Jessie. After this, we return to Woody, luring people in with that hip sway of his, and we get nothing. Thanks, Woody. I always knew you were a bad friend, and I always knew that Buzz was the better toy. We do some exploring and end up in New Orleans, meeting this guy?
With Black Barty the Fierce. Are you trembling? I've secrets to tell ye, and here's the first. I was in New Orleans before, but 'twas long ago. 1817 to say it precise. Howdy there.
Bruh bear. Bruh motherfucking bear. Am I wrong on this one? Or is this a character from a controversial Disney movie, Songs of the South? It's quite interesting given the controversy surrounding that film. It's a pretty bold move by Disney.
Bruh bear's got a...
We bump into Aladdin, who is a really nice guy.
Made you blink.
Are you little?
And then I met Beast, who I immediately fell in love with. Like, holy shit!
It's nice to speak with you. I like dancing with Belle. And you.
But then I went a bit further north in the park and ran into my future wife, Belle! Oh, I'm sure hope Brandon doesn't see this. I will say, the selection of characters used was really surprising to see. I fully expected it to just be the Disney mascots, so it was nice to see that they were able to include properties from the other Disney movies, even this one, and of course the Pixar ones. I checked out the Alice in Wonderland ride, as Alice wanted me to get a specific ribbon for her, so off I went onto my first ride of the day, and the ride was split up into 3 chapters, the first being the opening of the Wonderland segment, down the rabbit hole, and I had a free fall. It was absolutely trippy, and I needed to catch up to the rabbit. I just wasn't paying attention at all. The free falling just felt super slow, and it made me think, if it was on Kinect, was there a way to speed up the free fall? If this is the intended speed, then oh my god! I mean, it looked cool. The cell shade effect that this ride had was really good to look at. After doing a solid T-pose segment and meeting Alan Rickman, we end up in Chapter 2, Queen's Croquet, which was basically Super Monkey Ball in Wonderland. First things first, why am I running like that in those balls at these speeds? Pretty certain I'd be absolutely rolling like a madman like David Spade in Grown Ups 2.
Summer is here, man.
Secondly, this handles jumps and timings awfully. I'd hit a flower and would not recover quick enough to avoid hitting the spears from the cards, so any momentum I'd gained is stopped instantaneously. Lastly, this went on far too long. I checked out about halfway through, and this partly boils down to the fact that I'm not really that big on Alice in Wonderland. On to Chapter 3, the unbirthday party, and wow, T-pose the game! This segment sucked hard. It was clearly designed as a Kinect minigame, so just mindlessly pressing A was very boring. And again, went on far too long, mentally checked me out. We got the ribbon, visit Alice, and that's it. Sorry, is this character okay? He looks troubled. My experience with this game kind of ended there. Maybe I'll pick it up again in the future, but right now, I'm sorry, I don't see myself revisiting this game anytime soon. It obviously is the Kinect version of the game, but with the controller interfaces instead of Kinect interfaces, and its clash of mechanics for me, that stops me from really getting the full experience. Is it awful? No, not really. Is it amazing? Definitely not. In my opinion, it's just okay. One day I would love to go to Disney World. As mentioned before, I'm an absolute shill for Disney, at least the old school era, specifically the Disney Renaissance during the 90s. And despite Disney owning 27% of the movie industry, they absolutely hit a goldmine with Disney World. But Disneyland Adventures? I think there is a lot to be desired. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you're feeling awesome, and I hope you are having such an amazing day. Be kind to yourself, and be kind to others. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, gang.